Well, because a lot of these young fellows that we're talking to here that are struggling with this, they're not lazy, but they're fucking discouraged. They're exhausted. They've heard you're not good enough so many times, either explicitly or as some type of subtext. They eventually just stop trying. So I'm not asking you to climb the north face of Everest. I'm not asking you to go grind or to go become alpha or do any of that brosphere internet bullshit.
This is a public disservice!
All right, welcome back, you knuckleheads. We are on episode 2, level 2 of the Level Up series. The series where we take young men, particularly fellas who feel stuck or ignored, and we see if we can't maybe point them in the right direction a little bit. The direction they're supposed to be going in. Now, if you haven't completed level 1 yet, you really should go back and start that episode as well. But you don't necessarily have to go in sequence, so you'll be okay if you're watching this one first. You do need to pay attention, though, because today's episode is foundational. You can't skip this one. This is the ignition key that starts the real transformation. It's about confidence. Don't click away! Don't click away yet. I already know what you're thinking, okay? Believe me, because once upon a time, I was you. I know exactly what's in your head. Please just stick around. It's a 6-minute video, all right? Just stick around. Confidence. But not the bullshit Hollywood version, right? Not the walking into the room like you're Wilt the Stilt Chamberlain and you're dripping with charm and pizzazz and scripted movie machismo. Not that. That's stupid. We live in the real world. I'm talking about real confidence. The kind that's earned, and it's rooted in how you treat yourself every day. Now, one of you's out there saying, well, that's the problem. I don't have any confidence to begin with. And I say, no shit, Sherlock. Charles, when you were developing as a young man, did you have confidence when you were this age, 17, 18?
Did I have confidence? No. I didn't have confidence in anything.
Were you a gifted athlete?
Did you not see me? No, I was not a gifted athlete.
Were you an academic scholar?
That would also be a no. No, I was not.
Were you a big, buff, handsome fellow with girls clamoring to get close to you?
You could actually take your hand like this up on my shoulder and go like all the way down to my wrist and not like your finger and thumb would touch the whole way down.
Rough guesstimate. What age were you when you started developing confidence?
I was a late bloomer, so I actually didn't start that until I was in my 30s.
Okay, that's quite the point, isn't it? You don't have to already have confidence to start building confidence. I know you don't have any confidence. It's why you're here. To start gaining some confidence. It's all right. You can fake it just enough to get the engine turning over, and then it takes over its own thing. The thing is, this is not like getting in shape, which is an episode coming down the way. Confidence isn't optional. That one's optional. You don't have to become Studley. Confidence is not optional. This is going to be the fuel for every improvement that you want to make. Physically, socially, professionally, romantically. Without that confidence, life is just something you see happening in front of you rather than something you steer. And it is a bad thing. It is a hell of a thing when a young man loses that confidence. And it's worse the earlier he loses it, because the more difficult it's going to be and the longer it's going to take to fix it. It's okay. We can still get you there. I'm not a therapist. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not qualified to piece together what happened to you. But no matter what it was, I'm willing to bet it's some variation of this same fucking story. At some point, someone took your confidence away from you. Either all at once or little by little, chipping away at it by communicating to you in some way that you're not any good. You're a piece of shit. You're not good enough. You're a fag. You're a loser. You're never going to amount to anything. You're a blah, 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 blah. And they told you that shit for so long, eventually your brain starts believing it. And now here you are, a grown-up and a fuck-up. It's okay. We'll get it all fixed. I promise you. As an aside, whoever that person was, I assure you they were full of shit. And I can prove it to you. Just you being here proves that they're wrong. Just the fact that you're here watching this rather poorly written and even more poorly produced video, right now, you actively seeking out self-improvement proves that they were fucking wrong. So fuck them and fuck everything they said about you. Really, the worst part about a young fellow losing his confidence is that it's like a domino. It just starts tipping everything else. His health and appearance slips. He stops giving a shit about how he looks, how he presents himself. He stops reaching out to friends Or if it started early enough, maybe he never really made those close friendships to begin with. He avoids opportunities because he simply assumes he's going to fail, even before making the attempt. He tells himself, why bother? No one's going to give a shit. But the fact of the matter is, people do care. All humans are the same. All humans just respond to the signals that other humans are sending out. And they don't even have to be active signals. You are sending a message out, whether you want to or not. And when the message you're sending out is that you've given up on yourself, the world, sometimes even subconsciously, they quietly give up on you right back. That's what low confidence does. It becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. If I may illustrate, this is actually one of Chuck's great examples. I tell you we're going to go into that haunted house, and you already believe in ghosts. You're convinced that ghosts are real. You're in there expecting to see ghosts. You're going to see ghosts. Every floor creak, every weird tap you hear outside the window, your brain is going to interpret that as a ghost. You went into the situation expecting to see ghosts, you saw ghosts. Now imagine you go into some other situation already expecting to fail. Well, shit, Martha. The good news is, it works in reverse as well. Michael Jordan, he hits that buzzer beater, and the reporter asks him if he knew he was going to make it. And Jordan says, yeah, of course I knew I was going to make that shot. Of course he knew. And if you start telling yourself this, start treating yourself with a little bit of respect, I promise you, the world is going to start treating you differently. And that's the small little kickstart. That's going to snowball into a much bigger transformation. Remember when I said you don't have to be confident to start building confidence? Here's something that you might not know. Think about it this way. Confidence is not necessarily a feeling. Think of it more as like a bunch of habits. People think confidence just magically appeared one day. Like you woke up one day and you had sweet abs and suddenly you're confident. Confidence is more like building muscles. You build it slowly by doing reps. Small, light ones at first. And then a little heavier and a few more. And then a little heavier and a few more. And suddenly you got guns. And suddenly you're progressing and you're getting confident. Those reps, hear me now, here's the important part. They come from the most basic daily shit in the world. You ready? Brush your fucking teeth. Take a shower. Do something with your hair. Either comb it or style it or cut it. Something. Put on clean clothes. Make your bed, which you should be doing from episode 1. And leave the house once a day. That's it. And maybe once a week, do some laundry so your bedroom doesn't start to smell like Chuck's bathroom after I desecrated it.
Smells like that and like dirty socks and corn chips and that's just awful.
Now, none of that is going to make you confident overnight. But it will make you look like someone who gives a shit. And when you look like someone who gives a shit, people treat you differently. You get treated like an included member of society because you've shown that you want to be an included member of society. Remember, humans were pack animals, man. We grew up, developed as tribes walking the Serengeti plains of Africa. If you neglect all that shit, you're putting out the signal that says you want to be an outsider. You don't want to interact with the rest of the tribe. But look, just by doing those handful of little things, people treat you differently now because you're one of them. You're a member of society. And when people treat you differently, I promise you're going to feel different. And that's how confidence begins. Tiny little changes. Why do they matter so much? Well, because a lot of these young fellows that we're talking to here that are struggling with this, they're not lazy, but they're fucking discouraged. They're exhausted. They've heard you're not good enough so many times, either explicitly or as some type of subtext. They eventually just stop trying. So I'm not asking you to climb the north face of Everest. I'm not asking you to go grind or to go become alpha or do any of that brosphere internet bullshit.
Definitely not asking you to like rub banana peels on your face. And
we're not doing that crap. We're just asking you to take responsibility for the handful of things that you are in control of. Just do that. The things you can control. When you shower and shave and wash your clothes and show up clean and presentable, you are sending a message. It says, I'm a member of society. I'm worth interacting with. That message, you repeat it daily, it rebuilds your self-respect, brick by brick. And the reason it works is because people pick up on that energy immediately. Obviously, they're not going to consciously say, oh, wow, that guy showered today. That's stupid. But what they subconsciously understand is, okay, here's a guy who's put together. This is a guy who has some dignity. He seems like a normal dude who I should interact with in a normal fashion. And that's the start of your confidence build. It's the start of your identity shift. Every day, perform these good habits. You're taking closer steps to the person you were meant to be. Should we be realistic for a moment? I don't want to give you guys false hope because you're not going to go from zero to hero in the span of a short web series. That's not our goal right now. We're not going to make you a stud in a week. The goal is to change you from a guy who doesn't take care of himself to I'm a guy who does the basics. And after you do the basics, then we'll start adding the other stuff. We'll get you to I'm the guy who works out. I'm the guy who eats clean. I'm the guy who follows through. I'm the guy who people think they can depend on. I'm a guy who's building a good life. Before long, that identity becomes real. You're not faking it anymore. It's real. It's not forced. You earned it. You ever hear someone described as having unshakable confidence? That's what they're talking about. That's where your unshakable confidence is going to come from eventually. So, this week's challenge, this week's actionable items. We need that confidence to grow, which means you need to put in the reps. And it's not a trick. It's the simple shit we talked about earlier. Tack on to last week's assignment of making your bed every day, which you better be fucking doing. Make your fucking bed every morning. I told you, there's a reason that's the first thing you learn in boot camp. Just do it. Anyway, in addition to that, you're going to tack these things on. You're going to shower every morning. You're going to brush your teeth in the morning and once again before bed. You're going to do something with your hair. If it's that unmanageable, just shave the shit. You're going to wear clean clothes because you're doing laundry once a week. You're going to spend 10 minutes just tidying up your room. Take out the trash and set some order. And you're going to step outside of the house every single day at least once, even if it's just to do your walk, which you should be doing. Remember, you're going to set a timer and walk for 10 minutes. And at the end of 10 minutes, turn around and walk back. Do these things, even if you don't feel like it. In fact, especially when you don't feel like it. Your feelings don't get a vote on this, and your excuses don't get a vote on this. Frankly, these are basic activities of daily life. There's no fucking excuse to not do these. It's the simplest shit on earth. And you're going to do it because this is how confident men treat themselves. And you're becoming one of us now. It's not magic. It's just a little momentum, one step at a time. This week, we're taking that second step. Not for me, not for society, not for the damned algorithm. Do this for you, kid, because you deserve better than the version of self that you've been settling for. Today, you start proving it. This is Project Level Up. Level 2 complete. See you on Level 3. Click share, subscribe, like, all that shit, buddy. Get you these arms eventually. Oh, yeah.
5'0", 130. Haven't left the house in weeks. Mom still knocks to check I'm breathing. That's the highlight of my week. Someone called me worthless once, then twice, and every day. Now the voice inside my head says it better than they ever could.